Hello, welcome again to the video channel. This today we will be talking about central finance reconciliation reports. As you are aware, this is a video series, FAQ based video series, specifically for central finance learners who want to understand what central finance is. And we have reached 10th video today. So this is the 10th video in the series. 9 videos are already available on the channel. Now in this video we will be specifically talking about central finance reconciliation reports, and as you are aware, the model and the design of the video is purely based on FAQs. And then I'll start another video series in which we will talk about the detailed configuration topics. Let's move ahead for today. So first we talk about the question is, can we reconcile ECC NS for Hana CFIN data? So as you are aware from the in terms of background, what happens in CFIN is when you do the initial load or when you do the replication, your accounting and CO documents move from your ECC system to S4 HANA system. And I have marked ECC here with different color, and I'll explain you why in next 2 minutes. So when the data moves, accounting data and the CO document which are being posted in BKPF and BSEG and COBK and COEP line items in ECC, they get replicated to S4. Now you want to understand, if 1 million documents are replicated or loaded, what is there in my CFIN system? Is everything in, or is there any error, or are those data matching in terms of values? It is not just about the count that 100 document posted in ECC are 100 available in CFIN, because you must have written some enhancements, some standard codes are also working. So we want to ensure that every document being posted has a right value, currency, company code, everything is matching. So yes, standard SAP has given the comparison reports where you can monitor and you can see the detailed detail of all the data being loaded from ECC to S4 HANA at document level, and it gives you clear errors. If something is wrong, if something is good, it gives in green. If something is not good, it gives in red color. It marks the document. Can we reconcile non-SAP and S4 HANA CFIN data? So the question is basically very simple. When you ECC, that's why I marked ECC there as a different color, because here the story changes. Can we reconcile with those reports? Can I reconcile my, for example, Oracle data with CFIN? Because my Oracle also can also be the sender and CFIN is the receiver. So ideally, the answer is no. Standard report which are supplied or produced by SAP in the product are only capable of delivering the reconciliation between ECC source systems. However, you can do the customizations, but for now, I would say the standard SAP reports does not suit this requirement. What standard reports are available? Very interesting question. So if you see on the screen, the transaction codes are given. I've specifically taken out the transaction codes to ensure you know what it is. So you see, I'll talk about first one later. If you see the bottom six, CFIN DFV, FI, I'll not read the transaction. FI num, it compares the document headers of the FI document. FI underscore doc, it compares the line items of the FI document to ensure everything matches. What is in BSEG is coming to AC docker. What is in BKPF, FI underscore num is in CFIN. FI underscore bal is in terms of balances, is your balance matching in both the sides. Exactly same is the CO underscore num for CO document header, COBK. CO underscore doc is COEP data in your ECC and your balances. So these are the 6 reports. At the bottom side, you see those are the standard reconciliation reports. There is another report which says CLR, comparison of FI clearing status. It is for vendors and customers clearing items. And I will talk about this specifically when I talk about the configuration of central payment. But the idea is basically this specific report is to compare the clearing status of the document. If something is cleared in ECC, it should not be cleared in S4. And if something is cleared in S4, it should not be cleared in ECC, because you have to make a payment of those items at least from one system. Depending on your scenario, if you have central payment, you might be paying it from S4 system. If you are using ECC and not central payment, You must be making the payment through ECC, and then the technically cleared document is coming into S4, which is in BSEC table. There is a field called AUGBL, which puts ALE_Extern as the field and it's known as technical clearing. But we will talk about that for sure. And of course, these reconciliation reports, I will talk in a different video in detail how these reports work, what are the inputs of these reports, how the output looks like, what when it is a success or a failure. Of course, for each report, I will talk in detail. So stay tuned and keep subscribing to the channel, keep viewing the videos. Can I reconcile vendor and customer balances? Very interesting question. No, with given reports, no. As you said, as you see just a few seconds ago, I will show you again. It is only FI and CO documents. FI documents, of course, include vendor items, but it's and customer item, but the reconciliation reports only compared at the GL level, not at the sub ledger level. And asset accounting is, of course, it is a limitation in central finance product as such. It is that asset accounting document from ECC are not replicated to S4 HANA via CFIN as a real asset accounting subledger document. They come as a GL document. So when it is coming as a GL document, so at GL level, your P&L and your balance sheet is tie back, which these reports exactly work, but you cannot match at sub-ledger level, specifically in asset accounting. And from reconciliation report perspective, this report does not match at vendor and customer level. You have option to build custom reports, and I have done that. So it is possible, doable, little bit complex, but it can be done. A very interesting question comes when I said customization. You must be thinking what is coming in the next release. If something is coming, yes, it might come. You never know. But at least current release is 1909, which is being released in September 2019. And as we speak, we are in 2020. So the next release is planned in 2020 September, which I don't expect, at least with my knowledge and information, that there is any change going to happen in reconciliation reports. So it may happen, you never know. So till 1909, there is no change in the reconciliation reports, and it's not expected that any change will happen in near future. But you never know if something comes out. As of now, there is no idea. So you can assume that the thing is coming in at least 2020. So if you are in the project, if you are in the delivery mode, and your customer is looking for such report, vendor, customer, or even COPA reconciliation, because you are changing from cost based to account based or differently based on your design, then of course you need a COPA reconciliation, and customization is the best option, and I have used it in the past because of the non availability of the reports. So that's all for today. And just a quick recap. In video 6, we covered AIF error handling. Video 7, we covered central payments. In video 8, we covered mapping. In video 9, we covered non-SAP system integration. And video 10, we covered just now reconciliation reports, and more question and answer sessions for different topics specifically dedicated are coming up. And just a uh, thank you to the colleague. One of the colleague mentioned on the video comment of video 6 that till now none of the video is available on AIFRS handling. So appreciate that you look for the video and you like the content. Thank you so much. Keep subscribe to the channel, like the video, keep sharing it with your friends and peers. And in case you have any questions, please feel free to put in the YouTube comment. And if you have any experience in this field where you have done any customization, please share. Or if you know something more, please do not forget to share that. Thank you so much and have a nice day.